And the geek shall inherit the podcast. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Scoop Dog. I hope you guys are having an awesome day because we're about to get into an awesome conversation. Before we do, if you wouldn't mind hitting that like and subscribe button, that would be greatly appreciated. What if I told you that the most dangerous sorcerer in the Marvel Universe isn't Doctor Strange? Before Strange even became Sorcerer Supreme, we all know there was another man who damn near mastered science and sorcery. Clearly, we're talking about the man of the hour, the man with the power, Victor Von Doom, the armored genius and definitely the next centerpiece of the MCU. Whether or not you know this, Doctor Doom and Doctor Strange, the two doctors, share more than just that title. Their destinies have been intertwined for decades in the comics, and that connection could be the key to Secret Wars. Now, we know for sure that they're going to change the storyline. They're just taking little elements, and as I stated in my last video, I think this is going to be more about a family that Doom loses and a universe that he loses, as opposed to the storyline where he loses his mother, right? But I think we can incorporate something different so that Doctor Strange plays another role in this. Anyways, let's get into this. Their story goes all the way back to one of Marvel's most underrated classics, Doctor Strange and Doctor Doom, Triumph and Torment. And that was written by Roger Stern and Mike Mignola. And it was a graphic novel that was about Doom. And he has like this magical contest against Strange, and he actually wins, proving that he can outdo Doctor Strange when it comes to magic. Even if it wasn't by much, he still beat the Sorcerer Supreme. But instead of gloating and talking shit, Doom decides to ask for help. And what does he need help with? To rescue his mother's soul from hell. That's right. He humbles himself before Strange because he's in desperate need to save his mother from Mephisto. So in the comic together, they go to the underworld, they face off against Mephisto, and in this crazy moment, it's a rarity that you'll see something like this. Doom sacrifices the chance to save his mom to instead save Strange. Now that's strange. It's like I said, it's one of the very few times that you'll see Doom being portrayed as tragic and like this noble figure. And I thought that was really awesome. What makes him fascinating, the thing that makes him so fascinating, ironically, is the thing that a lot of people judged when the announcement was made that Robert Downey Jr. was going to be playing Victor Von Doom. From day one, guys and gals, Doom has always been that combination of Iron Man and Doctor Strange. He's always been that rolled into one. He's a scientist that's obsessed with logic and a sorcerer who's bound by destiny. While Strange, like, he found his enlightenment through heavy humility, Doom sought power through control, but both ultimately serve the same cosmic balance. That's what I think made the choice of bringing back Robert Downey Jr. so awesome and important, because you are saying just that. He is Iron Man and Doctor Strange. What happens when you put the two of them together? You get Doom. That's very interesting. And the funny thing about it is that Doom could have actually been the Sorcerer Supreme, but his ego got in the way, and that just got effed up. But now, with where we're at in the MCU and the multiverse collapsing, I imagine that something's gonna happen where sorcery and science are going to be the only thing that bring everything together. Where the Russo brothers are going to channel some inspiration is from Jonathan Hickman's run of Secret Wars, and also Time Runs Out. I'm going to do another video on Time Runs Out, a short one, just so you have an understanding of the elements that they can pick from it. And this is the in Secret Wars, which came out in 2015, Doom becomes God Emperor Doom, the ruler of Battle World. And if you remember from the leaked concept artwork, like, I love the depiction of what Battle World could possibly look like. And he's able to do this because he stole the power from the Beyonder, reshapes reality, and rebuilds the universe in its own image. And the only person who I think could stand against him, who we've seen damn near tear holes through the fabric of the universe is Doctor Strange, which let's now start to connect some of the dots that we thought were not going to connect again. When the MCU hinted at incursions in Multiverse of Madness, that's where the dots started to connect, guys. Incursions were a huge part of Secret Wars, and since like we don't have Kang anymore, they just have to figure out a way to flip the story to make this all. Actually, I really do think they're going to bring back Jonathan Majors for this. They can't be petty. So the fact that the incursions that are happening, I don't think it has to do with Dormammu. I think it has to do with Doom. And that's what they can say Clea was talking about in the post-end credit scene in Multiverse of Madness. So we might even get like a, Doctor Doom and Strange team up, maybe through through maybe Strange's perspective of what they were like before. When he needed his help with Mephisto. So we don't see them as enemies, but as like uneasy allies, and trying to stop the destruction of reality. Strange knows that Doom's arrogance could doom, a little pun intended there, could doom everything. But he also knows that Doom's mastery of science and magic might be humanity's only hope. It is definitely the triumph and torment dynamic all over again, but now on a multiversal scale, which is why we haven't heard about Benedict Cumberbatch being brought back yet. But believe me, they're probably going to give us another Doctor Strange to start explaining these incursions that are going to be happening. So we'll see about that. Based on what we know is going to be in this trailer, which they may make some changes based on this leak, but we'll see. It's going to be an origin story for Doom, and it's a story about grief and ambition that led him to harness these powers. But imagine a battle between Doctor Strange and Doctor Doom. That might be the most epic thing we'll be able to see visually in our lifetime. At its core, the Doom Strange story, it isn't about hero versus villain. It's about two men chasing the same truth. And like I said, one through faith, the other through control, but both paths lead straight to the heart of the multiverse. And that's where these two characters are going to be so quintessential to the ending of this phase of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So what do you guys think? Are we going to get more of the sorcery side of Doom, or is he going to come off as more of a tech genius a la Tony Stark? And what do you think of Doctor Strange and his purpose in these two movies? Drop a comment below, hit the like button if you want more deep dives like this, and subscribe for the next episode. Peace.